Mark Whitaker was shocked to spot a female figure walking in the background of a photograph taken at a 900-year-old castle. It wasn't until he returned to his home in Lancashire that he noticed a ghostly figure in the background of the picture. The image shows a figure in a white floor-length dress and a bonnet. Mark has released it to see what others think. He said, "It actually sent a shiver down my spine as I didn't see it until I transferred it to my computer. I think it's a ghost of a little girl of some kind, especially with what she is wearing. She has a dress and bonnet that I think is like what they would wear 200 or 300 years ago. But there is no physical shape, no arms or face appears. It looks like she is walking away from the picture past a wall that is only about 2 or 3 feet high, so she must be an infant. There would have been high infant mortality rates in that period." Mark continued, "It has created quite a stir. Obviously, with a picture like that, there is lots of speculation about whether I have photoshopped it. But I don't even own Photoshop or have access to it, and I don't know how to use it even if I did. Other people have said it is a spirit. Everyone I have shown it to have been quite taken aback by it." Mark had visited the castle, built by a Norman baron in 1090, with his partner Amanda Ledger. He added, "Neither of us had been to the castle since we were in primary school and had fond memories. I'm a keen photographer, so I took my camera with me. Amanda was pregnant at the time, so I had wandered off on my own to look around. It wasn't until I got home that I realized what was in the image." Mark converted the image to black and white, but sadly that saved over the original file. Despite taking the picture in July 2014, after initially showing it to friends and family, Mark forgot about the image but decided to speak out about it now. Mark said, "It creeps me out, it really does Black hair was filmed standing on a zebra crossing as a car plows through her. In the chilling CCTV footage, shot in Mexico City on Sunday, an eerie figure which looks like a woman in white with long black hair suddenly appears on the crossing. The figure doesn't move as a car hurtles towards her, and then drives straight through. She then disappears briefly before reappearing in exactly the same spot. The 20-second footage went viral within hours, and some of those who watched it claimed this could be the La Llorona, or Weeping Woman, a legend in Hispanic culture. The story goes that La Llorona is the ghost of a scorned wife who drowned her 3 children to get revenge on her husband after he left her. But after killing them, she was stricken with grief and drowned herself. According to the legend, her ghost wanders the earth looking for her children, and anyone that hears her wailing will suffer bad luck. The spooky footage shows what appears to be a dog-shaped apparition run across the room as the owner films her new puppy Bella. Kimberly Pierce, 40, from North Carolina, U.S., was videoing Bella scampering around the house when she believes her beloved Cocker Spaniel Sadie, who had to be put down just 1 week earlier, returned to comfort her. Kimberly said, "It was only a few days after I was showing the video to a friend that I saw her appear. I just knew it was her. That was my dog. I was in shock. I went outside and started to cry. But then I started to smile. I had been begging for her to give me a sign." She added, "You can see it's a white and caramel color, and so was my little girl." The video had been taken around lunchtime, and no cars go past my house to make a reflection, and no birds for a shadow or anything. We live quite far out in the country. There was nothing else it could have been. Before I kind of did and didn't believe in ghosts. Now I really do believe." The bicycle in the film appears to move its pedals without a rider, prompting many to claim that the creepy pedal work could be down to a ghost. In the clip, an invisible being appears to start riding the bike while it stands chained up outside. Both pedals, as well as the wheels, start to move at some speed, but there is no visible rider in the saddle. Later in the chilling video, a bucket that was resting flat on a tabletop then bizarrely tips over and rolls onto the floor. Some viewers were left pretty scared by the footage, claiming that the spooky invisible man atop the bike must a ghostly being. Some viewers wrote, "Fake. Do not be so stupid. Just hook everything up with wires. Anything can move." What do you think? Diane Barron, 46, from Norwich, Norfolk, snapped the eerie spirit at National Heritage Site Oxbow Hall. She believes the ghost in question is that of a woman who reportedly went missing 300 years ago. Covered in misty black robes and leaning with two hands on the wall of the bridge, the ghoul appears less than a meter away from another visitor who stands completely oblivious to the otherworldly presence. Diane was on a trip to the medieval family home of courtier Sir Edmund Bedingfield, built in 1482. Diane only spotted the unusual figure when she reviewed her pictures after her visit and is certain that it must be a spirit. She is not the first person to have sensed a ghost at Oxbow Hall. Previous online reports claim that a cloaked figure has haunted the grounds of the stately home ever since she went missing 300 years ago. Diane, who is a customer advisor, said, "It was just a normal day, sunny with some clouds. We used our National Trust cards to visit the hall. I took several pictures and there were no special events on at the hall on the day. It wasn't until later that I saw there was a dark figure on the bridge at the hall." She insists that when she took the photo she didn't notice anything untoward. "When I first took the picture I didn't realize I had taken anything unusual, but when I enlarged the picture and zoomed in it gave the chills, and friends have looked at it too who have felt the same. At first I thought it was someone who was out of focus, but as you can see people nearby are in focus." Theories online have ranged from the figure being a person in fancy dress to simply a stain on the wall. I enlarged the photo and sent it to several Facebook groups. There have been mixed reactions. But if you check pictures from the hall on Oxbow Hall, there is no mark against the wall near the bridge. I can only go from the photo I took, and it was not altered in any way and had not set out to change the photo.